There is a specific kind of silence that kills relationships. A silence that follows a job well done. You spend weeks on a project or hours cooking a food, or go out of your way to be kind to the strangers, and nothing, no acknowledgement. No one says, "Oh, you did that, I appreciate it. Oh, you helped him, I really appreciate that." No one says that. Most of us live in this silent void. We think as long as we aren't being mean, we are doing fine. We believe that influence is having a silver tongue or a powerful presence, but that is a lie. In fact, if you keep doing what everyone else does, that is, ignoring the small victories of people around you, you are actively pushing them away. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you a specific way of speaking that bridges this void. Once you click it into place, people won't just like you. They will feel the psychological need to be around you. Think about your own past. You might have thought that if my parents could appreciate my efforts in studying, or your boss could appreciate the contribution you are putting into team, or your partner could appreciate the real efforts you are putting into keeping the relationship alive. And when you didn't get this appreciation, and when your this desire wasn't fulfilled, you might have thought that you are just a background character in everyone else's lives. We all have this narrator in our head, constantly checking for signs of our own value. We are all starving for the same thing, yet we are the most malnourished society in history when it comes to emotional recognition. This brings us to what I call vitamin of importance. Every human being you meet is working with the massive deficiency of this vitamin. This isn't a want or a wish. It is a craving as real as physical hunger. It is the urge that drives people to wear expensive clothes they can't afford, on a coast, and to join moments just to feel like they belong. You cannot influence a person who feels invisible to you. When you provide the vitamin of importance, when you provide the vitamin of when you provide the vitamin of importance, you aren't just being nice. You are satisfying the biological necessity. You are feeding a hunger that most people go their entire life without fully satisfying. Now, here is the warning. Most people hear this and think, okay, I just have to say nice things to everyone. This is where you fall into the trap of plastic praise. Flattery is a counterfeit queen of human interaction. It is hollow, it is selfish, it is what you say when you need something from someone. If you use flattery, people will notice manipulation instantly. It feels greasy. It's like trying to pay a debt with fake money. Now, it might work for a second, yeah, but soon the authorities will catch up to you. Flattery is from the teeth, it is a tactic. Your appreciation is from the heart, it is a transformation. Look at the contrast. Flattery Now let's look at the contrast. Flattery is telling someone they already think of themselves to get a favor. Appreciation is looking at someone so closely that you notice and see the thing they are trying to hide, their struggle, their efforts, their silent discipline. There was a famous industrialist who was paid over $1 million a year because he knew more about production than anyone else, but because he was the master of human engine. He knew that criticism kills the spirit of an employee, and a sincere appreciation can change their DNA. He wasn't a nice guy. He was just a guy who knew that an employee will work harder for an employer who sees their value than they will ever for paycheck. So how do we stop the silent void in our own life? You can use the one sentence lock. The lock works by moving from general to specific. Don't tell your coworker they did a good job. That is lazy. You can say how their specific effort make your life easier. You're working in the kitchen and you see your coworker doing good, then you can say appreciate how you handle yourself in such fast-paced environment. Thank you for your hard work. It's lock. You observed a specific truth, blended it with sincerity, and handed it to them. This provided them with the vitamin of importance. My own experience is that I was a critic. I thought that by criticizing and showing what is wrong, I was helping them improve. I thought I thought that being tough was a way to live. I couldn't be more wrong. I was just contributing to malnutrition. Second, I started looking for things to appreciate, then things to fix. Everything changed. Because I was manipulating them, but because I finally started to treat them like they mattered. Like the saying that stop being a judge and start being a talent scout. The world is full of people waiting for anyone to notice that they are there. Be that person.